What's up guys, it's Jono here. Matt has kindly lent me his channel again. I'm away in Europe for a 3-week trip. I'm competing in 4 EWS rounds. 2 are here in Val d'Ifasa. Then I'll be doing Leger World Cup downhill and then another 2 EWS Enduro World Series rounds in La Tuile in Switzerland. So it's a jam-packed schedule. Matt's given me his channel to sort of keep you updated on the racing, see what's going on, but also just see what some of the tracks are like out here, because we're straight off the back of Trans-Madeira. These tracks are different and these events are different. So Madeira, you'll have seen, was all blind racing, some pretty long tracks and pretty physical days. The Enduro World Series, on the other hand, is practicable, so you get 1 day of practice on all the stages and then you race. So that's really different. So you get to see all the tracks once. It's really hard to remember sort of key points on the track because you're not going to remember them all. There's probably going to be sort of 20 or 30 minutes of racing, maybe more. So you can just only sort of remember key points. I've actually already raced round 1 and I wanted to sort of vlog the event and show you what was going on, but they wouldn't let me run the GoPro on race day. So I'm going to take you with me for a track walk now. This is the rest day before round 2. I'm going to take you down stage 1. We're going to look at some sort of key sections that I struggled with or I really enjoyed. And then I'll wear the GoPro for practice tomorrow and you'll see just how crazy all these tracks are. There's some really fresh loam ones, some really, really rocky fast ones. There's a massive mixture. I'm pretty out my depth. I came 66th yesterday, but this is a world event. So actually I'm pretty smug with that, pretty pleased. Off the back of Madeira where I came 7th, this is a different ball game. So we'll go and show you some of the tracks, then we'll do some riding and we'll try and give you plenty of updates of how the racing's going. I'll be with you for 3 weeks, hopefully get the videos out as we're going around. It's just going to be some amazing riding and looking forward to having you with me. So stage 1 is, it feels pretty fresh. It's all really fresh loam, and the problem with that, or the good thing, is that all the corners through practice get destroyed. So they start when you practice sort of being high up the hill, and by the time you race it they sort of drop away a metre, maybe even more. So when you're walking a track, when you're practicing it, you have to really think about that. You have to think, okay, I know where I'm going to go now, but how's the track going to be tomorrow or in a few days' time? So like now there's this rocky sort of hip jump over those roots. In practice it was pretty smooth, landing where Matty is down there, but there's some massive holes down there now, so I've sort of been advised to not jump it, push down onto these roots, and then you're saving energy basically. You're not hammering into all the holes. If you keep hearing me say loam, that is loam. And look how wide these tracks are. Tape there, tape all the way up there. Thanks, Matty. So you get loads of tight corners. You can turn up really high and sort of open them out, like turning in a Formula 1 car. Look at that route. It's interesting walking the track with people that actually know what they're talking about, because I've raced this once and I'm learning things already to do differently. Look at all this. This is where it gets really rough. Look at the loam. But you're turning down into corners like this and there's just big sort of braking bump holes come in. And when you're already tired, your forks dive, your arms just compress, and this was a hard stage to race, really hard. It's probably 7 minutes. I did pretty bad on it, and just the upper body strength you need to deal with all the big holes that come out, and it's only going to get worse. More time in the gym needed, I think. Still walking. There are some flat sections, that's why it's enduro, but this stage, with the exception of a couple of little stinty pedal bits, is pretty much a downhill race. So setting your bike up like a downhill bike, like we spoke about in Matt's bike check video, is super important. Look at this section, look. So it's a big left hander, you can see, really high line, sort of middle line, low line. Again, it's all about exit speed, so high in, fast out is probably the way. But then this is getting greasy, so turning onto that, you want to turn up, you need to push on your front tyre. If it slips, you're down. That's my sort of skill set, is crashing. A lot to think about, an awful lot to think about. Enduro is really gnarly. Blind racing's, you don't know what's coming, so you just sort of ride and manage your riding as you see it coming. So again, to know what's coming up, but not wholly, and not knowing how it's going to look when you get there, really, really, really bizarre. So we're into the real rough bit. We've got rocks, we've got roots, we've got a lot of loam. It's hard to slow down because your wheels lock up. And then look at this big boy. You have to ride off this rock. You can go round, but it's going to be slower. So it's a drop to flat when you're already tired. This section's wild. Look at the size of it. Have a look down here, look. So coming in round the pole, jumping off that rock, big press up when you land, and then back on it. We'll practice this tomorrow, race it tomorrow, and then race it again on Saturday. So I've got to do 3 more runs down here, which is why I'm walking it. It's important to know where you're going. Stuff's way gnarlier when you walk. When you ride, you can just sort of ride over things, you sort of ignore them. When you see it at a standstill, it's a different story. So the wood section's over, we jump out onto this ski piste, and then look at these massive turns. They're all rubbly. It was really hard to ride these yesterday. You come in super fast and you're trying to get your leg out and sort of get around the corners, but the bike's just drifting in the rubble. So important not to crash. you're going to have no skin left on your arms and your race is pretty much going to be done. So important to be cautious and not end up sort of down really low in the tape, but also you're racing, you want to be going as fast as possible. So really crucial section. And by this point you're absolutely broken, you're really tired. We'll commentate when we're riding this later on, well, tomorrow, and we're racing it tomorrow. Oh, I probably won't film anymore. There's some more wood section further down, but we're nearly at the bottom. You probably want to see some riding, so to the belly. Right then, stage 1. Corners destroyed. Super hard to carry speed now when you go onto this flat. Whoa. You just gotta keep moving. Every rock wants to slow you down. Right, drop in and get some speed now. I'm so glad I walked it and I know where I'm going a little bit now. A bit of chicane. This is blown out. That scary hip jump. Here we go. Oh. God, the altitude. Heart rate comes up, you just can't get it back down. Oh, yeah, boy. Look at that loam. Oh,
oh Johnny.
How's it going?
Not bad.
I'm tired, man. You're making me go, I don't want to. Big compression here. Change line here, gonna just stay main line. Hard on the brakes. Up high. Check up and in. This is so stop-starty. Need to get on the pedals earlier there. I think the bridge is coming up, which means, oh, that's too narrow. Then we've got the pedal. Oh, I slid on the wood. Need to remember that is tight. And then we could cut this one, I remember. It's like, no, didn't work. Right, I'm gonna rest. Now we're into the gnarly bit. All good? Oh, I need to get low. Oh, look at that rock. Forgot about that. Got to touch this tree here, get on the inside, and get some pump. Back up high, sweep it in. Don't know about that. Excuse my language. Big rock drop coming up. Whoa, chicane there. Whoa, that is rough. Oh, the arm pump really sets in now. Right, I can ride that faster, but man, that is tech. I can't believe I've blown out it. Back in. Whoa. Just trying to unweight the front and get it over the hole to save energy, but it's not easy. Right, these are the worst corners.
Main line here, hit the rut. Let's go outside and open it up. Whoa, it's loose. Okay, some lines here, I want to hit that, square up and go inside, back to the inside, I like that. More lines here, super outside, on the camber, yeah, that's good. Just walking back up, need to get on that inside, that outside's blown up. Right, gonna jump out onto the ski piste now. These turns are scary. Check out, there's some support here. Yeah. Couple of pedals, get the average speed up. Right. I blew this one up yesterday. That's better. Got a late apex here. Like that. I'll let matey go. Right, let's finish strong. Inside. Wow. Jeez. Stage 1 done.
All right then, a little race update. I've just raced stage 1, the only stage that we're racing today, and the heavens open. So you saw it in practice, you saw how loamy it was, how sort of rough it was. Different ball game just there. Whenever there's an opening in the trees, the track was just ice. And then there were some dry bits, but the holes were just massive. They had the EWS 100 race, which is like the amateurs race, on that track this morning, so it was just destroyed. Unfortunately, that wasn't on GoPro because we weren't allowed to wear them, but good things come in. I've just rushed from the bottom back to my van, driven to the bottom of the track, and I'm going to GoPro all the top guys coming down. But this is such a learning curve. Like, I was trying to ride cautious because I didn't want to crash, and it just means that you go into all the holes rather than sort of skimming across the top of them and saving energy. It's just doing press up after press up, and my upper body got so fatigued. I got a 6:40 my time. I reckon I did a push up on average every 2 seconds. What's that? That's 200 push-ups. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just think of the hair. Don't know if I can take that back to work. But hey, let's go and look at the bottom of the track, and I'll walk a little way up. We're gonna watch all the top boys. This is gonna be cool. They're gonna be motoring in the wet, in the dry, whatever. Let's go and have a look. To the belly. Levada? Levada? Up, up, up. The girls are pinned. You wonder how the media crew get down to capture all the action. Look at this guy. Why isn't he racing? Ew! Go on, bud. This turn here, you really have to late apex it, but I don't know what that means. I've just heard Matt saying it at go-karting. This guy might do it. Ooh, late apex. Pedal, come on! Levada! You want to be on the video?
Ciao.
Ciao!
Ciao, da Italia.
Italia!
Italy.
Italy, nice one. Big man. Yeah, boy! Kerned Burr. So Matty, I was just cheering for him. He's just come down like literally one of the last riders. What was it like?
There wasn't much left of the track. It was kind of just like a big bed of roots with loam / mud stacked everywhere. But it was pretty fun anyway.
You stay on?
Yeah, I managed to keep her upright. Kind of just played it safe because, well, I saw Eddie crash when I was watching at the top and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, sick.
So it means more washing, yeah?
Good man.
Nice.
Matty's in 4th at round 1, so he's well up there for the whole series now, so sick to see him stay on. Good day. Right, so racing is tomorrow. Well, 4 more stages tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to wear the GoPro, so the next thing you'll hear from me will be a little race update of how it all went. EWS round 2, my second ever EWS round, here again in Val d'Isole, is over. I finished all the stages, I managed to keep it pretty much upright, had a few mistakes, and I'm still learning. This is such a cool sport. I'm so into it. I'm going to wait and see where I came and we'll update you next week, but I've been averaging about the 60s, which I'm really happy with. There's not many guys up in front of me or any that aren't doing this game full time. So the bike's been outstanding, just everything has been fantastic. The really good news is La Tuile, so the next EWS in 2 weeks time that I am doing, we've got the go ahead with GoPros, so I'll be able to GoPro everything, practice, racing, the whole lot. So there'll be way more action. All the crashes I've been bragging about, you'll see them firsthand. So that's super, super cool. I'm gonna head up into the street section. So the last stage finishes down in the town, tarmac, big corners. Hopefully we see some action of the top boys. So we'll film that and then we're off to Leger for the World Cup downhill. And I'll take you along on the journey with me. So thanks again to Matt for letting me use his channel. Hope you've had fun watching, and the favorite bit, to the belly.
Here we go. Here we go. He crosses the finish line and he goes into second position. Oh, second!